May we please have your attention for the following safety announcements. Children must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Once the train is in motion, please stay seated at all times. Moving from car to car is not permitted once we are underway. Please don't throw any garbage or other objects from the train. You are in the heart of a federally protected national forest. Please also keep your arms, legs, and head inside the train at all times. Never lean over viewing car railings or out of windows. The train passes very close to trees, bushes, and rock formations that can cause injury. If you choose to open a window, be sure to secure it. Windows can be shaken loose during the journey. We are a non-smoking facility and train. There is no smoking of any kind on the train or in any Black Hills Central Railroad building. If you have questions about the train, please ask an attendant. You are not permitted to tamper with any car apparatus. Please observe all posted signs and the direction of train attendants and the conductor. When exiting the train, first look for any slippery spots, rocks, or uneven places on the ground. Maintain handholds until your foot is firmly placed on the ground. This trip to Keystone will take just under an hour. Because the return trip is uphill, it will take a few minutes longer. Your train to Keystone will be departing shortly. If you have any additional needs or questions before we get underway, please don't hesitate to ask a Black Hills Central Railroad staff member. We thank you for choosing to travel with us. Welcome aboard.
Now, if you'd like to face each other, you may. If you have a group of people or your family, you may take a hold of the back of a seat and pull it toward the engine. Don't lift anything, just pull. I do have to tell you, though, it limits your leg space. So if you're any taller than about 4 inches, you might not want to do that one. It makes it pretty uncomfortable. So let me go over some of the safety issues. First of all, while the train is in motion, we do ask that you stay seated. We do a lot of rocking and rolling on our journey, and we'd like to make sure that you are all safe. So please, while the train is in motion, you stay seated. Don't hold your heads out the window, no arms and legs out the window. No children hanging out the window today. No husbands or wives hanging out the windows. We get kind of close to rocks and trees and bushes, so just it's safer if you stay within the confines of the window, please. There's no smoking on the train. We use about 200 gallons of recycled motor oil and 2,000 gallons of water for each round trip. So we do a lot of smoking and steaming. So we ask that you do not smoke. Our engine is called a 2662T articulated Mallet. Those numbers stand for the arrangement of the wheels. The 2 in the front, the 2 in the back are pony or truck wheels, and they are for balance and maneuverability. The 2 6s in the middle, those are giant wheels. They're the power that pull the engine up the hills and around the curves. T stands for a tank. Articulated means that we can go around the curves and up and down the hills. And Mallet is the name of the man who invented this incredible machine. Our engineer and our brakeman cannot see what's going on behind them, so they use a series of whistles to communicate. 1 whistle means stop, 2 means going forward, 3 means going in reverse, and 4 means that the engineer would like to speak to the conductor. Now there's another interesting set of whistles you're going to hear, but before that, I have a question. How many of you remember your Morse code?
Do you know your Morse code?
Never know.
Not even one hand. All right, I'll give you an easier. There you go, you remember. All right, so that's great. I'll give everyone an easier question. How many of you remember what Morse code is? Oh, let's see there. Don't be shy. If you know what it is, raise your hand. That's great. There you go. All right. Well, it's a significant because The whistles you're going to hear is 2 long, 1 short, and 1 long whistle. And that stands for the letter Q in Morse code. Now, in Great Britain, that is significant because when they hear that series of whistles on the river, that means a Queen's barge is coming by. So, everyone gets out of the way. North America, that series of whistles has been standardized to mean we are coming to a crossroads. And you are going to know by the time you get to Keystone, your letter Q. We hear that series of whistles many times. So you'll know your letter Q. 2 long, 1 short, and 1 long. This rail, which we are on, was originally a mining spur off the main line, which went from Edgemont south of here all the way north to Deadwood, South Dakota. That main line was abandoned in 1983. And in 1991, it became the Mickelson Hiking and Biking Trail. A wonderful, wonderful way to see parts of the Black Hills that we don't get to see normally. So this train line is landlocked, and that means we only go from Hill City to Keystone and back again. This line was completed in about 1900 actually, and it has been in constant use ever since. So we're very fortunate.